Hi guys, so this is my analysis on Binance coins. What am I expecting on Binance coins? If you watched my previous video on Binance coins, I said I'm expecting Binance coins to at least push to the downside, and my reason is because we can see there was a break of structure around this area, broke this trend line around this area right here. There was a break-off trend line around this area, so I said there's a possibility, because we saw a break-off trend line, there's a possibility that we might retest of that level then continue to the downside. And as we can see, there was an imbalance line that I drew, which is around this level. We can see there is an imbalance right there that has to be filled, and it hasn't been filled yet. So I said there's a possibility that we might just correct to the imbalance and test around that imbalance before we push to the downside. And we can see something similar happened. I think when I analyzed around this level, and we can see it came around my imbalance level and also rejected around my 78.6% fib level before it continues to go to the downside. And we can see right here we are now to the downside. So what am I expecting right now? Like, if you watch my previous analysis, I said there's a possibility that we might push down to this target. So these are my two targets I'm looking at. My first target is around 305. Let me use the price tag here around this level right here. That's my first target. My second target is around this level. So if you've watched my videos countless times, you know majority of the time my target is always around my negative 27.20% fib level, and that is where I take my target, because sometimes when the price action gets to negative 27, we can see a move or like a bounce to the upside depending on the overall direction, or like a retracement around that level. Then it now continues to the main direction. But as of right now, these are just my targets, and my main reason why I think we might also get to my negative 61.8% fib level, which is around 293, around that level, is because that also aligns perfectly well with the trend line. Let me zoom in so you can see the trend line. So that might give us like a first touch, a second touch, a possible third touch around this level, to now say I think overall we might still be on a downtrend depending on how it goes. But if you break this line right here and retest the line, there's a possibility that we are moving to our next target right here, which is a zone and a retest of a trend line, or we can continue to the downside depending, because the way I'm seeing in more overall direction is a down move. We can see there is an impulse, we can see an impulse, a correction, and a possible continuation. That is like my overall direction that I'm seeing, but we have to take it one step at a time depending on what the markets give us. So as of current price action right now, we can say right now I think we might just come to this my direction right here, then we see how that goes after that. But overall, this is just my analysis on Binance. So hi guys, so this is my analysis on Polygon. If you watched my previous analysis on Polygon, I think Polygon was around let me zoom in a little bit. I think Polygon was around my 78% level or so, and I'm predicting more of like a buy move on Polygon. And I will just quickly explain, because I explained the next analysis, but we can see Polygon has rejected, I think it was around this level. I think it will push up to my target, which I think my target was around this level. But we can see there was like a break of structure on trend line right here, because the price action was closer to the trend line right here. We can see whenever it gets price action gets there, we reject off that trend line, we reject off that trend line, we reject off that. So I'm thinking we might reject off that trend line and push to the upside, but we can see it came up it came down a little bit more. So we can probably call this a fake out. There's a possibility that this is just a fake out right at that level, then we continue to push to the upside. So as long as you can see right here, there is a zone right here, a significant zone right here, is significant zone and a sensitive zone right here, that when we get to this zone it rejects of the zone. So there's a possibility we might reject of that zone to continue to the upside as predicted, and if that is a possibility, then we might say this is a fake out, like I said. But if we continue to break structure, then there's a possibility that we are now going to retest this trend line and push to the downside. But as of right now, I'm still seeing more of a buy move. I can draw a zone here. I still see more of a buy move as of right now because of how it is. We can still call this like a double bottom. It's giving us a double bottom to finally push to the upside, like we mentioned. So yeah, a double bottom, yeah, before we push to the upside. That's a possibility. And we can see right at this level right here, it's rejecting of my 88.6% fib level, which is a great deep level for retracement that I like. That's one confluence. Another confluence is if I quickly use my fib on the downtrend, which is year to year, this level is rejecting of my negative 27%, which also means a reversal zone. So that's my confluences to think there's a possibility that we might could now push to the upside as predicted. But like I used to say, no one knows the market 100%. The market does what it does anyway, so we just have to analyze based on the current price action. So my target right now is right at this level right here, and my second target is right at this level right here, because if you've watched my videos, I like taking targets around negative 27% fib level. So, and you can see my negative 27% fib level also aligns perfectly well with an imbalance around this area. There's an imbalance right here that needs to be filled, so I see more possibility of it coming right here. Then we can now see what next. If it comes right above this zone, because we can see there is a zone here as well, if it comes right above the zone with like a bullish momentum and we see like a retest or something, there's a possibility that we might get to my next target, which is my negative 61.8%. and that negative 61.8% also aligns with an imbalance that needs to be filled. So those are like my possibility targets that we might see, that determine what next that will happen on Polygon. But as of right now, this is just what I'm seeing. Let me just do a very quick recap. I'm expecting it to at least push up, and we'll see how it goes around this area. If it goes with a momentum, then we might get to the next target to now see how it reacts up. But as of right now, let's just take it one step at a time. First target here and second target around this level. So that's just my overall analysis on Polygon as well. Hope this is insightful, guys. Please don't forget to share, comment, and like, and I'll see you in my next analysis. Thank you for watching.